It is Thursday, July 24th, 2023, and I am. So, uh, I'm feeling good again today. uh, I basically finally buckled down and got the thing done that I was working on, so that's good, which means that I might not have stuff to do for a little bit. But, that is how it goes, I guess. At least it's done. I don't know. Uh, it's not like I was intentionally going slow so I would have something to do or something, but I don't know. It's kind of a weird situation, but now it's done, so that's good. Uh, it's hot again today, like really hot. Uh, so, yeah. 100 degrees Fahrenheit, very hot weather, with the picture of a flame next to a thermometer. Yes, Windows, you are very correct. So, actually ran across a couple people today that I'm not working with, but that know me and or my brother. So, talked with them for just a little bit. So that was good. Just kind of chatting and seeing how things were going. So it was nice. What else? Anything interesting? Apparently there's a trivia thing going on, but I've kind of already forgotten the name of the place where it was. I might be able to scrounge it out of my brain if I think of it. Well, no. What? I don't know. I had kind of trouble talking last night. Yes, yes, yesterday night, and that's starting to happen again. I don't know what's going on. Uh, Maybe I'm just tired. Maybe I need to get more sleep. I slept pretty well last night, except that I woke up a little early and I didn't get back to sleep. I think I got to bed on time too. I don't know. Maybe I just need to sleep more. Maybe that would help me talk. It seems like the speaking part of my brain is the first thing that shuts down when I get tired, or like if I'm sick and my brain isn't working at full capacity or something. It seems like my speaking is what goes away first, which I mean, I suppose is not necessarily a bad thing. Uh, it's probably preferable uh, to other things shutting down first, but it does make things kind of annoying. Uh, well, I guess I could talk about what I was thinking about yesterday and what I've been planning to talk about for many days. So, first of all, before I talk about that, uh, most days when I record this, it's right when I get home from work, and I before I do anything else, before I turn on my desktop, or before I start playing video games or bring out my phone or anything, the first thing I do is sit down and hit the record button. I don't even think about what I'm gonna say or anything. I just I hit the record button, look at the date in the bottom right hand corner of the screen, and do that. So I don't spend a lot of time thinking about what I'm going to say. In fact, I spend about 2 seconds getting ready for this. So just to let you guys know how that works. But yeah, so what I was planning on talking about the other day, and this is why I have forgotten to talk about this for many days, the week before I started my job. Uh, so back home, I was part of a community band, and the community band I played with uh, had a so community bands, concert bands, they need a drum set player. It's just a fact. You need some sort of percussion, and then more than likely it'll be best if that percussionist is a drum set player, because you need a reference beat. You can't just, people can't count, I guess, is the thing. People also have trouble watching a director. So having something that they can hear to lock into really helps. And there's a lot of like little drum solos, like drum fills, or like actual drum solos, or even just like in marches. There's often just like a little break for like snare drum or something like that. And so when you don't have those, it kind of really harms the music. It really doesn't sound as good. All this to say that the community band used to have a drummer, but a few years ago they moved away. And at the time, I had been playing trombone in the group. I had played drum set, years and years ago. But then when we got the drum set player that we had at the time, a few years ago, he's been there for more than a few years. See, this is what is confusing about suddenly having problems talking, is that I'm trying to say a timeline that I normally would be able to do, but now I'm messing it all up. So maybe this isn't a good day to talk about it, but I've already started talking about it. Okay, let me focus. Let me really think about what I'm saying. Okay, so years and years ago, I played drum set for the group because we didn't have a drum set player, and I played percussion. Then I took up trombone and played trombone since we had a different drum set player. Then a couple of years ago, the drum set player moved away. So then I was back to playing drum set, even though I really enjoyed playing trombone in the group, and probably would have preferred to keep on doing that. I did drum set because the group needed it. Now I have moved away and they don't have a drum set player. So hey, anybody who wants to play drum set who lives in the area, the unspecified area, you should join that group because it's good. It's fun. But anyway, they always play a July 3rd concert. So the Monday before my job started, I played their July 3rd concert. I have also subbed with a semi-local orchestra before in the area. It's a little further away than what I usually do, but they also pay a little bit, so that's nice. I got involved with the group through my old drum teacher, because he plays with the group. So they do a concert on July 4th. So I played in their July 4th concert the next day. Then I got an email from the wind ensemble director, from the wind ensemble that I've mentioned a few times, the college wind ensemble. He apparently during the summers does a concert band type thing in the college town. So he emailed me and was like, hey, we need you to play because one of the professors can't make it. It's like, okay. I mean, like, so I don't live that far away from where I went to college, but it's still quite a drive. It's not terrible, but it's not something you would want to do every day. I didn't even do it every weekend, but I did it on some weekends because it worked out. If that gives you an idea of how far away it is. So I went, first of all, it is a great honor to be to be asked to sub for a professor. And I already didn't want to get rid of that. And then also, he knew full well that I wasn't a music student. He knew full well that I had taken one music class and done 2 ensembles in my entire time of college. So, and not 2 ensembles every semester. 2 ensembles one semester. So for him to get a hold of me to join, to do that, I kind of felt obligated in a way. So let's see, if I remember right, that was on the Thursday of that week. So I had a concert, a day off, and then a concert. And that was all sight reading because they only practiced once. And he he didn't contact me in time for that or something. I don't know. I don't know when they practiced, but I got to look at the music for like 15 minutes before we started playing, and that's all I had. But hey, I mean, I think I did a pretty decent job. I think I did okay. I didn't do drum set. They had the other percussion professor doing drum set, which was a good thing. But I was doing the extra percussion, and it was the stuff that I enjoyed. Well, mainly it was like auxiliary type stuff, so it was good. My dad actually went along with me. He actually he drove me. Yeah. Why didn't I? Did something happen on the Wednesday, like where I was really tired? Oh yeah, I was here. Uh, I wanted to spend a couple nights here, just to kind of get used to the place before I started my job on what would have been the next Monday. But okay, so let me think about that. I spent Wednesday here, part of Wednesday here. I moved some stuff. Uh, I slept here Wednesday night, and then I drove back from here to uh, to the parents' house, and then from there on the same day, my dad drove me to the college town. I did the concert, and then dad drove back. I'm pretty sure, at least. So yeah, that's why I didn't want to drive a whole lot extra, because I forgot about that. So, um, so then I spent Thursday basically on the road, and then Friday I spent at the parents' house, and then Saturday and Sunday I also spent at the parents' house. After church on the Sunday, though, is when I left back for here. Okay, I forgot about that. That's why I need to make these things, because that was an interesting part of the story. Even if I am having trouble talking. Uh, so yeah, and then on the Sunday, I played pretty much the hardest marimba piece that I had ever played. Okay, that's not true. I played a very, very challenging marimba piece for church on Sunday, as the postlude. It was an arrangement of All Creatures of Our God and King, I think. But it was in 7/16. So it was supposed to be a 4 mallet arrangement, and it had stuff written in to kind of show you which mallets to use. But I have trained so much longer on 2 mallets than I have on 4 mallets. And that was intentional by my drum teacher, the same one who got me involved with the orchestra semi-locally. He, in his line of work, being a professional percussionist for who knows how many decades. I mean, he's kind of a young guy, but at least a decade, maybe. He, at the time, now it's been more than that, he very rarely is needed to do 4 mallet work. He has had to do a lot of 2 mallet work, though. So he prioritized 2 mallets and really getting that under the hands. And then I apparently was one of his students that actually did well enough with that he transitioned me to 4 mallets for a little bit. I say a little bit, but it wasn't. I mean, it was a couple of years at least, I think, of lessons with him. Maybe at least a year. I forget. I don't remember. But yeah, so I am a lot more comfortable with 2 mallet stuff than I am with 4 mallet stuff. And there were no real like 3 or 4 note chords in this piece. So one day I just decided to try it using 2 mallets instead of 4 mallets, and it just worked a lot better. It's pretty much 16th notes all the way through. It was a really interesting piece. I really enjoyed it. So the idea is that by using four mallets, you can keep your hands still and not have to jump around so much. Um, but I'm good with 16th note runs. I am good with them. It's one of the things that I'm good at, and one of the things I'll admit to being good at, I guess, maybe. Uh, so, I mean, doing moving both of my arms around, moving both my hands around, even though it does kind of mean that you can't use like a fixed reference point, like you can't keep your hands in the same spot basically, and just like move one of the mallets a little bit. Uh, I still did a whole lot better doing it two mallets than I did four mallets. So, um, yeah, it's weird. I kind of ran into that a little bit with the college wind ensemble too, because some of the people were trying to use three or four mallets in spots where I definitely would have used two. I mean, I've practiced doing long leaps, precise long leaps, and even a whole bunch of small leaps, like fourths, fifths, thirds, with two mallets instead of four mallets. So I just have that ability ingrained into my muscle memory, I hope. Someday I need to get my marimba here, and for my parents' house. It would probably be set up like behind me, so you guys will definitely see that when that happens. Well, I mean a year after it happens, if I'm even doing that. I don't even know if I'm doing that with these videos. So where did I got off track again? So yeah, so that was one of the harder pieces that I've ever played. I really enjoyed doing it. I kind of planned for my last Sunday at that church which I had grown up in. I planned to kind of do something nice to kind of send off. So yeah, so that's why I did that. It was longer than a usual postlude would be, but I feel like that was fine. I have an audio recording of that. I should. It's on the voice recorder app on my phone. If I have the same phone with the same files, maybe I'll. I don't know. Put it at the end of this video. I don't know. I should. That would actually be a good idea. Anything that I have like evidence of, I should put in these videos. That's an interesting thought. Be like, these are the pictures I took on my phone today. That actually is not a bad idea. The problem is that when I upload these, I'm not going to remember this. And it'll be like a month and a half before I have thought of this idea. I need to get to editing these. It's like I said, I don't even know if I'm going to do that. But, I mean, editing stuff into that would be a good thing for just myself, too. I don't know. It's a thought. Anyway, so the main reason I want to talk about that week is because that was a week to end one chapter of my life on. I don't know if I would consider it ending a chapter. But it was kind of, it was the week before I got this job. Well, not before I got it, before I started this job. So, doing 4 music things, excuse me, in 1 week might not be a lot for, like, people who do it for a living. And even some amateur players or people who just do it for the fun of it. For some people, it might not be a lot. Like if you're doing a musical and you have to do practices every night, or you're doing a show on the weekend that you have to do like 4 times or something, then that's not that much. But for me, which I haven't done a theater show in a long time. I miss those. I did 3 of them before COVID, and that can be a story for another day. Uh, but for me, doing 4 music things in a week was impressive. It was kind of tough. Um, it was hard. It took a lot of concentration, and it was not that easy. But it was a great it was a great time doing community band on Monday, doing orchestra. Uh, oh yeah, doing orchestra on Tuesday, then doing uh, different community band that I'd never played with on Thursday, which it was good to see. There were a couple people from the group, from the college group uh, in the community band. It was good to see them again. Just even once after graduation, it was nice. Um, and then doing solo on Sunday. It was a good week. The other thing I was going to mention was the I got paid for the orchestra stuff, and the the community band in the college town gets paid, but and he said he was going to pay me. He said to send me. Uh, he said for me to send him my Venmo. So quick on the way back, while my dad was driving, I got Venmo. So that is the reason why I got Venmo, and now I'm using it slightly to do things. But that was the primary reason why I got Venmo, was because I was supposed to get paid for this for the community band in the college town. And as you may guess from my words about this, as of yet, I have not gotten paid for that, and it has been more than 1.5 months. So I doubt I'm going to be seeing that. But I'm not gonna hold that against him. I'm not gonna bother him about that, because I literally just came in, played the concert, and left. So I don't mind. I don't know how much he was gonna pay me, but I don't care. He could, whatever. It's fine. I really don't care. But that's kind of funny. That's like one loose end that hasn't been tied up, but that's fine. There's also one or two more loose ends with the music stuff at my college. Uh, but that can be another topic for another day. This is already long, and I didn't really expect it to be long. So, I mean, whatever. That's all right. It's fine. Anyway, until I tell those stories, that's going to be it.